I want to move to a really, really big story, underreported. The huge land scam that is actually spanning many, many acres, dozens of crores of rupees, and the responsibility is on the sitting Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah. This is the MUDA scam, that is the Mysuru Urban Development Authority scam. It's a classic example of the Robert Vadra model of land grabbing that the Congress seems to have perfected throughout years. Republic Canada has led a very deep and very popular investigation in this case because it is not just another land grab case under a development authority. It is the shining example of how systemic corruption potentially precipitates into multifold dividends through the outright abuse of power. The story of the MUDA land scam is that of a farmer whose land was usurped for just 5 lakh rupees. And through arm twisting, political arm twisting, an alleged bending of the rules to convert that land into a 65 crore rupee cash cow right in the heart of central Mysore. And tonight I have 34 years of documentary evidence with me unmasking every step of Siddaramaiah and his family of how they allegedly looted the right of the people and potentially pocketed a huge fortune in the process. So tonight I challenge Mr. Siddaramaiah to come out and either prove the evidence wrong based on the 10 questions I have for him or resign for abusing his position as Chief Minister for disproportionate gains. Here are my 10 questions. 1. Is it or is it not true that Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law bought this land in 2005 from a farmer at the cost of 5,95,000 and the current value of the land that was given in compensation to Mrs. Parvathi is around 65 crore rupees? 2. Is it not true that the land originally belonged to a farmer from a scheduled caste? If yes, then is it not true that this is a case of caste atrocity, Rahul Gandhi? Wrongdoing against a poor farmer from the scheduled caste category? Congress says it's for SC/ST. It's not. It's taking away their land. Question 3, is it not true that the notification of the concerned land was illegally done in 1998 when Siddaramaiah was the Deputy Chief Minister? 4, is it not true that the prime land was allotted to Siddaramaiah's wife when he was the leader of the opposition? 5, is it not true that the prime land was allotted to Siddaramaiah's wife when his son was a MUDA member? And Mysore MLA, you talk about conflict of interest. Question number 6, is it not true that the Karnataka Chief Minister's brother-in-law purchased a land in which the layout had already been formed during 2001 and sites had already been sold to the citizens? 7, is it not true that the land was fraudulent? The land sale was fraudulent also because the land was sold as agricultural land after the said lands were developed and sites were distributed. 8, is it not true that the Deputy Commissioner of Mysore did the conversion even after knowing that the layout had been formed? 9, is it true or not that even after the said property was converted from agricultural to residential land, the gift deed mentions that the land was quote-unquote agricultural land? What a scam! And finally, is it not true that in 2018, Siddaramaiah hid the nature of the land in the election affidavit? And going further, is it not true that there was an attempt made to erase the name of the land demanded by the Chief Minister's wife by using whitener on the documents? I can go on and on, Mr. Siddaramaiah, because the list of documents I have with me are all pointing at you and they're endless. What is ironic is that when similar allegations were made against B.S. Yediyurappa of the BJP, you, Mr. Siddaramaiah, demanded his resignation. So I ask you tonight, as hours from now the courts will decide whether you should be investigated or not, will you come clean on your deeds and resign for abusing the power of your office for personal gains, effectively grabbing the land from a scheduled caste farmer, taking money from the poor, or will you choose to factually counter my questions? Both options are open. The choice is yours.
Siddaramaiah is the Congress party's last commander in the south.
ನಾವು ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ 8 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನುಡಿದಂತೆ ನಡೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಭರವಸೆಗಳನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಾವು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋರಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಮಾತು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಚುನಾವಣಾ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ್ನ 100ಕ್ಕೆ 100 ಈಡೇರಿಸತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ.
The growth and rise of Siddaramaiah, once a JDS leader, has been as fast as his fall. In a decade, it's come a full circle.
Illegal sanction has been given by the Governor because he is acted according to the direction of the Government of India.
He has claimed to have a clean image in political life. But in 2024, the MUDA or Mysuru Urban Development Authority land scam is haunting him. The story starts in 1992 when a preliminary notification is made public to notify land. That's where the story begins. Siddaramaiah is nowhere in the picture. That's until 1997 when a farmer steps forward and he claims the land is his. Check what happens next. 5 years after the land was notified for development, Ninga's son Devaraj applies for denotification. And despite the government taking over the entire tract, he claimed the plot, stating it's on the periphery, which is a lie. Look at this map, which shows the land was right in the middle, not on the edge. This is lie number 1. This is where the fake paper trail starts.
The land once notified and taken away by the government cannot be denotified. That's the rule, and it's illegal to do so. Here, there is nothing to prove. The CM or his family put pressure on the farmer and his family, but the circumstances are a giveaway. The government body was supposed to give over a 3 lakh compensation for the farmer, but Chief Minister's brother-in-law pays about 6 lakh rupees to the farmer for the same land.
After the land is bought, illegalities begin. By then, the land is a well-developed layout with sites even being sold. But the Chief Minister's family created a paper trail to pretend the land was never developed. In 2005, the Chief Minister's brother-in-law applies to convert the land, falsely claiming it as agricultural and without inspection, seeking a conversion on paper, which is also given by officials. 5 years after the nature of the land is faked, Siddaramaiah's wife enters the picture. She simply gifted the land, and they even lie about the nature of the land, calling it agricultural land. And this is at a time when there's a paper trail being created calling it agricultural land, while on the ground, the land in question has been developed and sold already as plots. Imagine this, sold as plots but fake trail created as agricultural land. Interestingly, this was at a time, the gifting of the land was at a time when Siddaramaiah himself was asking for Yediyurappa's resignation over a denotification scam. In 2014, Siddaramaiah's wife admits to faking the nature of the land, claiming it was developed in 2001. This is the same Parvathi who previously said it was agricultural. And now, years later, she demands compensation as Siddaramaiah holds power as Karnataka Chief Minister.
At the time when Siddaramaiah's wife seeks for the compensation, she argues that she should be provided with an equal amount of compensation to compensate whatever was taken away by MUDA. She clearly rejects the 40-60 formula which was in the place then. And the MUDA, the body, also passes a resolution to make sure that CM's wife gets what she wants.
ನಾವು ಇಂಥ ಕಡೆ ವಿಜಯನಗರದ 3ನೇ ಸ್ಟೇಜು 4ನೇ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಯಾಯವಾಗಿ ನೀವು 50-50 ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು 50-50 ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಯಾಯ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ 3 ಎಕರೆ 16 ಗುಂಟೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಮೀನನ್ನು ನೀವು ಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಂಚ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 3 ಎಕರೆ 16 ಗುಂಟೆ ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದ? ನಾನು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದೇನ್ರಿ?
This letter from 2014 when Siddaramaiah was the Chief Minister from his wife to MUDA shows she asked for allotment. And mysteriously, this line you see here where she demands land at a particular area is erased with what seems like a whitener. Something that the Chief Minister is not denying. That's not all. A 2020 document shows the Chief Minister's son was part of a MUDA meeting to decide allotment. So the son decided on what his mother would eventually get after that meeting. It's a clear case of conflict of interest. An RTI reply also confirms the illegalities, that the prime land was given to the Chief Minister's family, despite the fact that there were over 3,500 sites available at the location where they were originally eligible to get land. And yet, a prime location was given illegally. The Chief Minister's wife was entitled to just compensation for the land given. At the time of acquisition, that was just a little over 3 lakh rupees. She was also eligible to just 4,800 square foot of developed land. That's 2 sites of 60-40 square foot each, and that too as an incentive. But Parvathi Siddaramaiah was compensated with sites totaling over 38,000 square feet. She's given 14 sites over a year after the scheme was scrapped by the BJP. And this land is given in Mysuru's prime locality. The courts will decide on the matter on the 29th of August. They will weigh the merits of the case as revealed by Republic. But can a leader who's the Chief Minister of a state remain the Chief Minister of a state when his own government will investigate his family? The circle of conflict now haunts Siddaramaiah. Will he and should he be investigated?
This is a very deep document-based investigation, and everybody in Karnataka is talking about this being reported on Republic Kannada. I request the other channels, news channels in Karnataka, to grow a spine and to start reporting the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, opening the debate, specific questions, specific answers. Mr. H.V. Rajiva, I'm starting with you. And I have Bhaskar Rao of the BJP, T.J. Abraham, the complainant, and Abdul Razak of the Congress also here. Mr. Rajiva,
yes, sir.
When Siddaramaiah was Chief Minister of Karnataka in 2014, his wife writes a letter to MUDA, or the Mysuru Development Authority, asking for property to be allotted to her. Letter is written by his wife Parvathi, whose signature is on the letter. The exact line that mentions the prime location she has requested is later erased using a whitener. Tell me, in land allocation, can a person making a request, whether or not the request is right, demand that this or that land should be given to them? Can you write a letter today saying this plot of MG Road in Bangalore should be given to me?
No, sir. That is the madam given a application to return back the same land or in the same levels. There is no, whatever the white farm is there, that is belonging to Devanu third stage only, not for any other levels which is developed somewhere else. Madam application is very clearly Devanu third stage and the equivalent question levels only, not for other this thing. It's purely connected with the political issue. They are taking it into so many different aspects.
No. Tell me one thing. Okay.
Yes,
tell me one thing.
Yes, please.
When the denotification of the land was done, 1998, wasn't Siddaramaiah Deputy Chief Minister? And in 2008, did Siddaramaiah not hide the nature of the land in the election affidavit?
That part...
No, but that is all connected, you see. I want to go to T.J. Abraham. They all connected issues. Mr. Abraham?
On the pointed subject that you just touched, 2011, 2012, 2013 and 2014, when there is a declaration made in the assets and liabilities statement submitted to the Lokayukta, Karnataka, this land finds mention there because that is not in the public domain immediately when it is filed. But the affidavit which is filed in the election with the Election Commission straight away reaches the public. Whether your candidature is accepted or not, the affidavit comes into public domain. That is why it was not mentioned there.
Now,
Mr. Siddaramaiah has mentioned it in
can I get back
2011, 12, 13 and 14.
Yeah, you see the issue here is very important. When Siddaramaiah was the person who demanded Yediyurappa's resignation on land grabbing, Congress at that time met the governor, said please arrest Yediyurappa. Now, in this case, you'll find it interesting, Mr. Razak, that the prime land was allocated to Siddaramaiah's wife when he was leader of the opposition. And the prime land was allotted to Siddaramaiah's wife when his son was a MUDA member.
Sir,
His son was a MUDA member and the Mysore MLA.
BJP government.
हाँ, बोलो.
was the
In
chief
MUDA meeting,
minister.
general decision has
They should have
taken,
done
not
proper
the
investigation
particular
before
case of
allotting,
Siddaramaiah's
before
wife.
awarding. It was BJP government when the sites were allotted to Parvathi Siddaramaiah. Was it not true? How
No.
did the BJP give the sites?
Where's the
Without
BJP
any
guest?
information, will they
Let him
just give
reply.
the sites? Just because
No,
I
Mr.
have all information
Sir,
right
in
here
that
with
meeting,
me.
Mr. Razak, you are confused.
1988, the first time when this land was brought by auction in 1935.
TJ and Razak.
I have all documents related
No, I have
to
more
that.
documents.
5 minutes, I will
There is
explain
no
the whole thing.
scam.
1 minute. I have more
BJP's
documents.
dream.
Can I have more windows on?
BJP's
Mr.
dream
Razak, Mr.
of
Razak,
breaking
Mr.
Karnataka
Razak,
government will not be
Mr. Razak, you don't know the law. There are Supreme Court judgments that say that no land can be denotified once it has been formally acquired by the government. Right? It's, please see Vasant Sridhar Kulkarni and others versus State of
1998 it was
Karnataka,
denotified.
which says that the power to denotify acquired land can be
Let us-
exercised only before the
Let us look
possession
at
is
the
taken.
timeline.
MUDA
As
took
Mr.
possession.
Siddaramaiah
MUDA
misused his office.
took possession of the
As
land in
Mr.
1997.
Siddaramaiah
Arey, listen to
misused
me.
the office.
Listen to
Misused
me.
powers.
MUDA took
Absolutely
possession of the
no.
land in 1997.
It is the behest of
Subsequently, the
central
land is
government.
denotified in the next year, 1998. The denotification is illegal.
Complaint.
Siddaramaiah has carried out an illegality.
And prosecute the chief minister. Why is he not prosecuting S.D. Kumaraswamy? Why is he not prosecuting?
Now you are just
giving
taking a little
sanctions for
political
prosecution
argument here.
For Murugesh Nirani,
Sir, no, no,
Shashikala
no.
Jolle.
In
TJ,
this particular
TJ,
case-
where is Bhaskar? Yeah, TJ.
See, 1997, the land was
Get him back.
notified and MUDA took charge. I have documents here. I'm preparing for the argument tomorrow. Till 2004, the documents are very clear
Yes, sir.
that the land was in MUDA's name. And MUDA rightly started developing that place. It formed a layout, roads were carved out, sites were distributed. Now, where is the land? Where? Come on, Mr. Razak. Don't point your finger like that. You're talking to Abraham.
In
Please.
1998.
Sorry, sir. You have wait.
2004,
Sorry, sir.
Mallikarjun
Don't
Swamy
interrupt.
gifted to his
Don't
sister
interrupt. Let me
request
finish.
for
Let me finish.
compensation
Don't
in
interrupt.
2010.
Razak, don't interrupt.
The truth.
Razak, listen to
finish.
TJ.
Finish.
Listen to
Let me finish.
TJ. Listen to
Let me
TJ,
finish. Let me
please.
finish. By 2004, roads have been carved
Where's
out,
Bhaskar?
parks have been created, sites have been distributed. Where is this Kesare village after that? It is Devanuru Badavane, the layout. Now, in 2004, a person who claims to be the owner of the erstwhile land comes in 2004 and he says, I'm selling agricultural land. Where was the agricultural land, sir? There was no agricultural land, there was no Kesare Grama, there was no 3.16 acres. It was only Devanuru Badavane, sites distributed to different people, beneficiaries.
No, Bhaskar.
Who are you to come and say, I'm going to sell this land? There is no agricultural
Sir,
land there to
the
sell.
entire land.
Bhaskar and
You should
Bhaskar
go
and
ahead,
Abdul
look
Razak.
at the survey records of the entire land.
And that
Don't
land,
exclude
MUDA
this
developed and
alone.
gave it.
All the
You
best,
should
sir.
take a
All
look
the
at
best,
the
all the
survey
best.
of the
Parvathaman,
entire
asking
land.
Tomorrow's a
Then
big day.
speak. Was this
What's happening in court
3.16
tomorrow,
acres?
TJ? What's happening in court tomorrow, TJ?
Let whatever Mr. Razak said be brought before the court tomorrow, and we will face it there. I will ask the court, where was the agricultural land in 2004 when they bought?
The
Who
nature
sold
of
the
the land
agricultural
is
land?
agriculture
Where was
only,
the
why?
agricultural
Because
land?
it's not
How did they
converted.
get that?
There wasn't clear case. Bhaskar Rao of the BJP.
One more sentence.
Bhaskar Rao is
This is
back.
all
I'd like him to counter the Congress defense. Mr. Rao.
Okay, Arnab, from the beginning itself, the kind of eyes they have got on that piece of land is controversy, because it was a scheduled caste land illegally occupied by arm twisting and then again falsifying documents. So the
But
Chief
it's a
Minister
pro-action,
is
sir.
open for
Though
criminal
it belongs to
intimidation of a
SC,
scheduled
to,
caste,
he acquired
as
through
well
auction.
as falsifying documents, creating new documents and altering the documents by way of using a whitener over
somebody
here.
is armed
Any
with
amount of
20%
argument by
keep quiet for
Razak, who is
55
not,
years.
Razak is not even aware of this
Sir, if
sequence.
somebody
Razak,
purchases
please
the land,
prepare
Bhaskar
yourself
of
and
the-
come for the debate.
Bhaskar
You are
of
not
the
even aware of the
somebody
facts of the
takes
case.
away somebody's land. Do you think he will keep
Razak
quiet
is
for
not aware
25
of the
years?
facts of the case
For
at all. He is not
25 years
prepared
you
for
kept
this
quiet.
debate.
It was your government which
You are
allotted
not
the
even
land.
aware of the
It
sequence
was
of the
your
incidents
government which
also over
allotted
here.
the land.
No, that's
Did
You are
you
not
take
even aware of the
40%?
sequence of the
Did
events
you
over
take
here.
40% and
The
give this
entire
land? How did you allot the land without investigation? How did you allot the land without investigation?
Razak, you are not even aware of the event.
2023,
Arnab, I don't think his
BJP sarkar.
arguments have got any merit in this
Jawab
particular
dijiye na.
debate over here. When we are discussing Chief Minister's culpability
Sir, how
over here,
could you allot
Chief
the
Minister
land?
is criminally liable for intimidating a scheduled caste and taking away his land through his brother-in-law and
This
as
is
well as
only
falsifying
free to
and
bring
altering
down
the
the
documents,
elected government of
misusing his
Karnataka.
power. So in fitness of things, he should lay down the
Sir,
office and
Siddaramaiah
allow
ji is a
himself to be
saint.
investigated by the
He is
local
a saint without saffron.
Sir,
Siddaramaiah ji is the most secular
Don't talk
man,
about all those things
a
over there. Let us talk
spotless
only
man.
about documents.
He is a clean
Razak, you are not
image.
prepared for this
He
debate.
is a saint.
Razak, you're unprepared. Razak, don't make superficial political remarks.
He is not prepared
Please
for this
understand,
matter. Arnab,
once the
don't waste your
possession,
time and
this is
waste
a
our
case of
time.
illegality. Viewers, please understand, purchasing of the land, which is the layout is already formed in 2001, sites which are sold to the citizens is illegal. This is a case of illegality.
No, don't repeat.
Fraud, illegality. The Chief Minister has carried out a potential act of fraud and illegality.
It's a clean transaction by
Chief Minister should face
Mallikarjun
the
Swamy.
approach. He should face
Siddaramaiah's
approach for
father-in-law.
having
It's a clean
armed twisted a
transaction.
scheduled caste
There is no hide
into
and
parking
seek.
his land,
Mr.
then
Chief
carrying out
Minister has not
denotification
misused
of a
his
dead
powers.
man's land as well as falsifying documents. He is open to investigation and I'm sure the courts are going to come out with a crisp and straightforward order that he should be investigated.
I think options are running out.
I am very sure tomorrow the courts will turn down the sanction of the governor.
Why is that land?
Mr.
to
Razak?
auction?
I am very
There is
confident.
no question of PTCL
I am
effect for
optimistic.
this land. And second thing is, this is denotified land. On that denotified land, MUDA encroached upon that and making the formation of the levy. That itself
Sir,
is
all
illegal
this
from the
is
MUDA,
BJP's
not from Parvathi
creation.
side.
You have done this in all.
There is, you don't know
BJP
the
would
things,
say.
Mr. Rajiva.
Which is not ruled by-
There is no, please understand one thing. Once the possession of the land is taken over by the acquiring body, the denotification of the land cannot be done. The denotification itself is illegal.
Itself denotified the land during 2008.
My simple
Not
question to
other
you.
authorities. The government
If all
of
these allegations are
Karnataka
true,
itself denotified
if
the
all
land.
these
Sir,
allegations
Sri B.M. Mallikarjuna Swamy gifted the paid land to Srimati Parvathi. Srimati Parvathi, the Chief Minister's wife, is not eligible to accept the land as a gift, knowingly that MUDA has formed a layout and the sites are formed. Her acceptance of the land is also illegal. The Chief Minister's wife has also carried out an act of illegality.
Illegally encroached. from
I don't know
MUDA.
why you people are so desperate for the land, yeah?
300 sites.
No. This is a misleading thing. Go to the public. That's what
Okay,
we are
so-
putting before the media. Sir.
So
It is a common norm.
so you mean to say MUDA has encroached the land in the middle of the layout?
Either
Definitely. Because
Will be given
when
alternative
1998
sites or
denotification
incentive sites along
happened,
with financial
MUDA
compensation.
formed the layout during 2001, and at that time denotified already over. MUDA
Sir, denotification is illegal.
formed the layout.
Please, sir, please understand. The subject of giving 50% of the developed land as compensation to the landlords where the lands have been used by MUDA without acquisition for layout formation was placed before the MUDA general body meeting. MUDA decides to give 50% of the developed land as compensation to the landlords. Right? You follow me so far? On 27th October 2023, government notifies the 50-50 ratio for compensation as illegal. Are you following me so
During
far?
2018,
In that case,
also in the MUDA meeting,
Please,
50-50,
please.
government has issued
A
a
simple
notification.
question I have.
then no. Mr. Rajiva, tell me one thing. Mr. Rajiva, was there a second, listen to me, Mr. Rajiva, was there a second application by the Chief Minister's wife requesting MUDA for compensation? Did she file another application to seek alternative land of equal extent in a similar developed area as compensation? And in this application as well, did she reiterate that the layout was formed in the said gifted land during 2001 itself? Now my question being, now listen to me, sir. If she knew,
Yes, please.
please mark my words, if she knew that the layout had been formed then why did she accept the said land as a gift from Mallikarjuna Swamy? Nation wants to know.
Later stage.
No,
madam,
no,
knows
no.
about-
Answer my question.
No.
No, no,
Later
no, no.
only
Answer
madam
my
knows
question.
about the illegal encroachment of the MUDA. Then the
She has
gifted
accepted.
land,
She has
her brother,
accepted.
then she
1
approaches
minute.
the
Have you
MUDA,
seen the 25th
give
November
compensation
2021
or return back the
relinquishing
same land.
deed by Srimati Parvathi to MUDA? She admits that the land could be transferred to her name from her brother Mallikarjuna Swamy as the land was developed by MUDA. Sir, you think I have not done research on this subject?
Exactly. While this encroachment
PJ.
from a MUDA later known to Mallikarjun Swamy.
Sir, listen to, okay, tell me one thing.
Yes, please.
She was eligible only for 2 sites. 1 minute.
No, sir.
1
In
minute, sir.
2015
1 minute, sir. Don't be
government taken a
impatient.
decision to
She
give
was eligible
50%
for 2 sites. Why did she get? Everyone wants to know. 1 minute. Put the windows on. Sir, listen to me, sir. I don't have time. Listen to me. She was eligible for 2 sites. Why did she get 14 sites of 38? Everyone on the windows, please. She was eligible for 2 sites. She got 14 sites. She got 14 sites. Why? TJ, you can tell him.
Land.
14
It is
sites.
Denotified land.
Eligible for 2, got 14.
50 acres and 16 kuntas land.
TJ.
25/10/2010, there was a second application made.
It's a scam.
25/10/2021,
Big scam.
the second application was
Huge
made.
scam.
This is
And the
not
second
Karnataka's
application, she
biggest
again
scam.
Denotified land.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Is eligible
ladies and
to
gentlemen,
get
we'll see what happens tomorrow, but I think the courts will go by the facts on the case. Ladies and gentlemen, big scam, Karnataka scam, biggest land scam in the courts tomorrow.